Trump is absolutely pumping the market right now. This is not a video I intended to make at all. I just got back from the gym. Trump just tweeted, like literally this morning, Sunday morning, that a crypto strategic reserve is coming and that it's going to include Bitcoin, Solana, ADA, XRP. Guess what? They're all blowing up. Again, this is not a video I planned on making. I'm like sweaty nasty from the gym. I wanted to get this to you as fast as I could. We're going to talk about that all in this video. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician. And at night, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. This is a breaking news type of thing. Like, there's no way around it. Bitcoin is at $89,000. When I first saw this tweet, it was at like 86. It keeps going up. I really think we're gonna hit 90,000. We could potentially blow past 90,000. Trump literally just tweeted this out less than an hour ago. Like less than an hour ago. I'm filming this before 10:30. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why, this is important, guys, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward, this is important, on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, Cardano. He's going to make sure the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. Wow. Huge. I did not expect this. I was actually going to make a video, and we're going to talk about the end of this video, so stay till the end of this video because there's two sides of this coin. There actually is some bearish things coming up. I'm not trying to flood the market, but there is some things that we got to worry about tomorrow. Yeah, this is all because there's this crypto summit on Friday, March 7th, right? So this is David Sachs. He's the quote-unquote crypto czar. This went out a couple days ago, right? They're having their first ever crypto summit. Now, when I originally heard about this a couple days ago, I thought this was a nothing burger. I actually talked about this in my Discord because the last time they had this crypto announcement, it was like an announcement of an announcement. Well, maybe this is the announcement that they were talking about, and Trump is specifically mentioning this March 7th crypto summit in his tweet, right? That's what he's alluding to, and he's specifically mentioning certain projects, which is huge. Somebody knew something here, guys. This is important. Somebody knew something because a day or so ago, bro, somebody took out a 50x leverage long worth over $270 million, right? So they took over 5 million of their own cash, put a 50x on it because they knew something was happening. I saw this on Twitter couple days ago. I was like, oh, that's a pretty risky take, you know, because guys, if you have a 50x leverage on, if they did this on ETH, if ETH were to go down 2%, you'd get liquidated and you'd lose everything. Yes, you can add some margin, you can add some stop losses, but it's a pretty aggressive play to put a 50x on. Like me, I do 10. The most aggressive I'll do is 20, like after we tank. This person put on a 50x long. It's probably somebody that knew that this tweet was coming out. And honestly, this is good for the market. I know it's kind of, my initial take was like, somebody knew something, some insider stuff. At this point, I don't care. Let's blow the market up. Let's get bullish again. Let's turn sentiment. And guess what? Crypto is responding pretty nicely. Check this out. The 1 hour for XRP Ripple up 23% in 1 hour. Guys, Cardano is up 52% in 1 hour. 1 hour, it's up 52%. When I first started getting ready to film this video, it was up like 24%. It keeps going. It keeps going. Guys, Bitcoin it's just a matter of time. We're at 89,300. It's going to get above 90,000 today. It is going to happen. You can hear the excitement in my voice. Like, this kind of is a breaking news environment. This is good too, because hopefully we can get above the bull market support band. And this is another thing. This is just very quote unquote like coincidences. If we look at the weekly chart here, guys, the week ends right on UTC time. The week ends in a couple hours. We were below this bull market support band. Can we close the week above the bull market support band? I'm screaming, I'm getting excited. This is exciting. This could be what we need to kind of turn the trend. Now, if you look on the week, yeah, there's some stuff that is red. Let's go to the day chart. It's all green. ADA up 53%. Wild. Sol is up, right? Because Solana was mentioned in this. But XRP, ADA, they're flying. Obviously, ADA is a smaller market cap. It is in my opinion, a good play. And you know what wasn't mentioned in this tweet? ETH. ETH was not mentioned in this tweet. And guys, I'm gonna just toot my own horn real quick. I promise I am a humble guy, but I made a video about this. And I write, this is not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. But I said in this video 12 days ago, I'm selling my Solana and I'm putting it in ADA. Now, I did buy some ETH there too. Full disclosure, I did buy some ETH. But I tell you what, I'm glad I increased my ADA bag. That was a big one. So interesting developments here. We're in March, guys. February, I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. This is the monthly returns for Bitcoin. Obviously, we had a great, or I'd say decent January, pretty rough February, down 14% in February. And typically, February is a good month for Bitcoin. Well, we're starting out March in the green, which is good. We kind of need it in some ways. This is Benjamin Cohen's Into the Cryptoverse website. We're going to look at another chart. Let's just look at it right now. This is the total market cap. Okay, so don't get confused by this. This is not difficult at all. The blue line is Bitcoin's price. I'm going to zoom in on this. The blue line is Bitcoin's price. And the red line, that's considered the fair value of Bitcoin. And as you notice, the fair value of Bitcoin keeps going up year after year, right? Because of the way that the halving schedule works, the fair value of Bitcoin is a monetarily increasing function. It's going to keep going up over time. Now, the green line is the lower logarithmic regression line, and the top green line would be like the high end, right? When Bitcoin's considered overvalued. And the reason that I want to show you this is because, right, we get all lost. We kind of get lost with the day-to-day news. And you know, I'm part of that problem, right? I'm making daily crypto content because obviously I'm passionate about this. I enjoy doing this. But like if we zoom out right now, the fair value of all of crypto, right? This is wild. This is actually just wild. It's 3.45 trillion. Guys, in 2028, which is not that far, right? It's 3 years from now. The fair value is over 10 trillion. Over 10 trillion. Now, obviously, we spend time below the fair value regression line. We also spend time above it as well. And we've been below, I'm going to zoom in, we've been below this red line, which again is considered fair value. We've been below that for a while. We're kind of overdue to get back above it, right? The last time that we were durably above it, you guessed it, a post-halving year, 2021. We've been pushed down below this red line for too long. It's only a matter of time before we go back up. And guess what, guys? If you hold strong conviction plays and if you believe in the 4-year cycle, guys, the fair value of this is over $10 trillion. Right now, the fair value is 3.5, below 3.5. So kind of wild. Down below, I'm going to put my Discord link. We have nothing to sell you. I'm selling you absolutely nothing. We're just building a super strong community. Someone in my Discord actually alerted this to me, right? And now that's why I'm making a video on the fly. Building an awesome community, talking about projects before they go viral. I'm going to link this below down in the description. Okay, so we talked about all the bullish things, right? We talked about bullish things that are happening. This itself is bullish, right? Bitcoin, it's doing very well. We were at like 80, low 80s this morning. You know that I tell it to you the way it is, right? I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. Tariffs go into effect March 4th. That's tomorrow, okay? That could potentially spook the market. And I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat for a second. I know, Doc, we don't like Doc putting on the tinfoil hat. It's going to happen for just a second. Hear me out. Did Trump tweet this out because he knew that tariffs would hurt the market on Monday, right? The stock market sold off Friday afternoon because not just tariff news, and we all know March 4th is on Tuesday, guys. It's Sunday right now. But that's not the other thing. The Atlanta Fed updated their GDP predictions. This is bad. Like, this is bearish. They're saying that we have a negative GDP in Q1 of minus 1.5%. This is the first negative projection since the Q1 of 2022. So this is just the Atlanta Fed's prediction, but if you look, they've been pretty spot on with their prediction, and their prediction is typically a leading indicator. So we look right in here. They said it was going to go down. It kept going down. Then they said, oh, it's going to go up. It started going up. If GDP is negative, that would be bad, because the definition of a recession is 2 quarters of negative GDP back to back. So this would be the first quarter of negative GDP if the Atlanta Fed's prediction is correct. Now, Q1 ends at the end of March, right? It's March 2nd as I'm filming this, okay? So hopefully this is not the case. But here's the thing, guys. We kind of have a recipe for negative GDP for a couple reasons. Tariffs. Tariffs are just a tax on other countries, right? And if we play tick for tat and other countries raise tariffs against us, that is going to hurt our growth. The other thing is, and again, I'm not trying to get political here. I'm being very objective. We are stopping immigration, right? Immigration is cheap labor. Businesses use cheap labor for growth. If they cannot access cheap labor, that could hurt growth. Again, I'm not being political here. I'm just trying to be as objective as possible from a data standpoint. So those two things in and of itself could hurt us. Tariffs and cheap labor, right? So I'm going to be watching this closely. We have some big news this week, okay? In so many different contexts, we have big news, right? We know the crypto summit is happening on Friday, March 7th. Okay. We know tariffs are set to go into effect March 7th, which is Tuesday. Well, we also have some big stuff too. This is some of the economic data that's coming out this week. The big ones, in my opinion, okay, jobless claims on Thursday and non-farm payrolls on Friday, as well as the biggest piece of info here is going to be the unemployment rate. Okay. Because if the unemployment goes down, okay, I'm going to say this again. If unemployment goes down, we are more likely to cut interest rates. And you would think, hey, Doc, isn't that a good thing if we're cutting interest rates, right? Low interest rates, good for risk on assets like Bitcoin and crypto. Yes, but we want to be cutting for the right reasons. We don't want to be cutting because there's a panic, because we think the economy is going to crap, right? And high unemployment rates mixed with projections of negative GDP, that could spook the market. Guys, that could spook the market. So there's a lot going on. The other big thing is Powell is speaking Friday at 12:30 Eastern, right? The same day as the monthly jobs report. This is going to cause volatility, right? We're going to have volatility in both directions, highs and lows. This is kind of the pumpy side of it, right? We have this big crypto summit, and he's specifically talking about a crypto strategic reserve that is going to include Bitcoin, Ripple, Sol, and ADA. So obviously, that's why the market's pumping. That's why crypto bubbles, we're all green today, right? That's why the monthly chart is green today. And by the way, when I started filming this, or when I was getting ready, this was 1%. It's already up to 3%. Makes sense. We're going up. The thing is are these bullish events going to outweigh some potential negative things? Tariffs going into effect. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on it. And guess what? This is just that. It's my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball, right? I'd like to think I'm pretty in tune with the markets, but I don't have a crystal ball. So hear me out. I think the tariff stuff, some of that may already be priced in, right? Last Friday, we were all like kind of worrying about tariffs, the negative GDP, right? The Atlanta Fed's negative GDP projections for Q1, that came out on Friday. That also spooked the market. So crypto reserve pumping the market up. We got a ton of data coming out. right? Some of the data is an unknown. We don't know what the initial claims are going to be. We don't know what the unemployment is going to be. We don't know what Powell's going to say Friday. Here's what I think, though. I think Powell sees the writing on the wall. Powell's not stupid, right? Powell and the Fed, the FOMC, they have data that we don't have access to, right? I suspect he sees the writing on the wall. He knows that the economy is starting to weaken. There's whispers the economy is starting to weaken. Now, just because it's weakening does not mean we're going to go into a full-blown recession. Sometimes, let me rephrase that. More often than not, these are slow moves, okay? So, shocker, guys, we are going to have a recession. It's just a matter of when. Some people might not want to hear that, but I'm going to say it again. It is just a matter of time before we have another recession. That could be in a couple months. It could be in a year or two. Personally, I think it's going to be 2006, 2027, right? So I still think we're primed for a crypto bull run. I really do. And how could I not be when the president of the United States, we have the highest GDP. He's so bullish on crypto. He's talking about this crypto summit. So it's this mixed bag of things that are coming out. Here's what I want you guys to do. A lot of you watching aren't subscribed to me. So if you're getting any value out of this, hit the like button and subscribe. It means way more to me than you know. We're growing at a super fast rate. B, join a community so you can navigate this with someone. I'm not even saying join my community. Consider it. I'll put a link down below, but join a community so you're not navigating this alone. The other thing is when you're part of a community, they're going to be looking out for you. They're going to be getting you guys info as fast as you can. Nobody can do this all by themselves, right? Nobody can do this all by themselves, right? I film videos every day. I have a busy life. You guys have a busy life. We all have busy lives. You need a kind of a group of people working on this together. So I'm rambling at this point. We have a big week ahead of us. Trump straight up calling out projects, right? Ripple, Solana, ADA. That's so bullish. Normally I don't make videos this long. I'm just kind of ranting. I'm excited. Clearly you can tell it's going to be a big week. We got to see if the economic data hopefully doesn't ruin the party, spoil the party. I'm going to be updating you guys throughout the week. If you got any value out of this, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on noties, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.